Got my paint. Can't find my brush. This is leftover from the last one I did. Gotta be here somewhere. There he is. Okay. I love this brush. I'd hate to lose him. Okay. Let's give him... Oh, no, they're not going to be hard as a brick. Oh, I didn't open it. I'm an idiot. I had that happen with one of these. They were so hard, I could barely squeeze the paint out of them. And that's going to do that because I already squeezed it. These are about quarter pans, all right? Or say half pan, yeah, they're about half pans, excuse me. About half pans. So these little 5 milliliter tubes give you about a full pan or 2 half pans. I have to get those eraser things out of there. All right, so we're just going to take him and do a quick swatch. And that was probably the lemon yellow. What does it say? Yeah, lemon yellow. These are pretty standard, and this is the cadmium yellow. Interesting. This says cadmium yellow. It does not say cadmium yellow hue. And that means that this is real cadmium yellow. So somebody remind me not to stick the brush in my mouth. Okie dokie. That would be really smart. Okay? And why? Well, because cadmiums are toxic. In case you did not know. Pretty typical so far. Nice coverage, though. It's got some pigment in it. Not, you know, honestly, everybody keeps saying, oh, this is so much better. But no. There's so many good paints out now. I'm not, and these colors, I'm not seeing anything unique or different. These seem to have the same coverage. Well, of course, wait a minute. I'm sorry. No, they do. I just did the Winsor & Newton's, the Cotmans, yesterday. Was it yesterday? Whatever. And I have to be honest with you. Everybody goes, oh, yeah. I got to tell you. I'm sorry. I don't see all that much difference in the quality of the paints at this point. The only difference I'm not seeing, and even in these, I'm not seeing more pigment in the Winsor Newton Professionals than I did in the Cotmans. On putting the swatches. Now, I haven't done any actual paintings with a lot of these yet, so they still have to stand. I love this when it won't puncture this. I'm so weak at this point. There, I think oh yeah, I got it. Whoops. Let me take a little bit of this off of here so I don't have it in here and in here. I don't want it going down and making it stick. There. And this is probably cadmium, yep, orange yellow, excuse me, same thing. This is pretty standard. Cadmium orange will be here, probably. These guys aren't going to do anything exciting. They are standard paints. There's not much granulation in them. I'd be surprised as the dickens. My next ones, I got to check out the colors. Although you know, because they can change. It's rare, but they can. Oh, God. Good, at least I didn't get it too hard there. I'm so weak, I can't even press this tube. Well, you know what, though? This is a little thicker paint. Okay, this means there's just probably a tad less water and or binder in it. Okay, because this had some three-dimensional quality to it, whereas these guys just dropped right down in there. Right? Now I'm going to get this off. Okay. Put this on. These itty-bitty things. How do big guys deal with these teeny-weeny... You know, hey guys, if you can afford it, don't buy these teeny-weeny tubes. If you got big hands, this must be troublesome. And I don't know where you came from, but get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to get this one's a little close. I don't like to have them that close, but that one's not wet, so... I just want a little bit of water here. Get it out. Lift a little of the paint. Here we go. I like to lift it. I'm not going to come back and do a lift line on these, I don't think. And that, oh, I didn't tell you, I'm sorry. Yeah, cadmium orange. Pretty standard. Next one, now these two, I've got the next 4 upside down. And that tells me, right now, to check them. But normally what would happen is I would go vermilion, which is usually more orange, and then there's cadmium red, yep, and then the madder I'm curious about. They had it in a location that I don't know. And then the scarlet. Okay, so I have to open these up and look at them first. But this is the order I would put them in. Bing, bing, bing. Whoa. That's the scarlet. Yeah. All right. Let's set him up here. No, let's set him here. Don't touch anything, dear. Okay. Let me try not to touch the tube on this one. This is the cadmium red. Ah, shoot. I'm trying not to break this and put pressure on it. And it's not going to let me get away. Yep, yep, yep. I'm good so far. And then the vermilion. If they do drip, they should be dripping into, hopefully, the right pans. Okay. Oops, 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 oops. Get up there. Ah! I have to lean back, guys. My back hurts. Okay, oh, good. Oh, 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 okay. This one started to come out, so I don't have a choice, and that's where it would go anyway. That's what I thought. These are pretty standard. Color-wise, yep, pretty standard. So I want to get this off here so it doesn't stick. And then I also have a considerable amount in the tube, in the tube lid itself. Considerable enough that it's squirted over on my finger. There's enough here, I don't have to need to take any more out. Okay. Oh. No, 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 no. How did that happen? Huh. Well, that wasn't good. Good thing I'm only going to do this row. How are we looking? Well, we're standing. I'm not going to have enough room because this isn't long enough here. I can always, oh, I could do 2 and tape them together. Why didn't I think of that? That's what I'll do if I get down there. Because my back is hurting a little bit. Now, This is clean, and so I'm going to put this one away before. This is the Scarlet Vermilion. Yeah, that's right. That's what I meant. Vermilion. And then, oh shoot. 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 All right. This is the cadmium red. I don't know why I keep doing that. Very, very close to this color, isn't it? Looks like. Now, in most cases, but interesting, it doesn't say one way or the other. Whether it's not cadmium red, excuse me, it is not cadmium red dark. That's guaranteed. It's more than likely cadmium red medium. But honestly, I can be honest with you, I think it's a little too, just a tad too light for that. I'd say it's somewhere between cadmium red light, and cadmium red medium, because frankly, it should be darker than this hue. And honestly, it's very orange. These could have easily been switched. Okay, it's hard to tell in the tube. Not a big deal, really, but that's what I will do on this. I will just add another. Yeah, this is definitely very orange, considering. I'm not doing anything really interesting, guys. I'm just trying to stay active and kind of remind you that I'm still here. But I'm not going to be able to do much serious work right now. I'm sorry, I don't have the stamina. I'm slowly waiting for that to build up, and nobody's give me a time factor, because I guess it's different for everybody. Like I said, I want to pull some of this more red. Oh, doggone it, I'm going to have to make, oh, I made a mess out of that. There, I want a little bit more pigment on there. That's about all she wrote for Terry's back. I'm going to finish the reds and I'm done. I'm sorry to tell you guys, but I just really don't have a lot of wherewithal to sit up straight right now. I may have to pull out my back brace. I'm very surprised. But this took me down that far back with my back again. I'm going to check this just in case, because I'm not familiar with this. I'm not familiar with this brand at all. And I think that this is Meiliang or Meiliang. I think this is a Chinese import from, oh, give me a second, what's his name? Paul Rubens. Paul Rubens picks. Yeah, this is what I thought this was. And again, I'm not too sure exactly what color that is. Now, I'm going to check this. Yeah, see? I have a feeling this is not belonging there. So I think I'm going to test these. This is 003. I'm going to put him upside down. Okay. I think this one's fine. This is the Scarlet. He's okay. I'm going to get him down and finished. Ugh. That noise I make every time I lean back, well, you can't see me leaning back, but that is my back not being happy at all with what is going on. Okay, so this is, I believe, it was 003. No, 003. I'm going to have to check some of the blues are the ones I'm going to have to check. Okay. This one. I have 4. Oh, what is going on? This is ridiculous. This one is 205 magenta. All right, let me have that. Shoot. Really? Well, that's very red compared to this one. More red than it is magenta. You notice it doesn't, it just says magenta. So God knows what these are supposed to be. I haven't looked at the numbers yet, and I'll have to look at those later. That wouldn't help me. I can't recognize these by the pigment numbers yet. Do they even have the, oh shit, oops, sorry. I just got this stuff all over my hand. They have they? If they've listed the pigment number, it is. Yeah, there it is, there it is. PR2, oh crap, I think it's 2 something 4, 204. And then of course it's numbered 205, so go figure that. All right. This is one of her pens. I can just, oh, 205 on the tube. Okay. It's not a simple process of opening a tube. Usually it is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you've got to check the colors before you put them down. You don't have to. I do. I like my colors to go in a certain way. In other words, I like to go from the yellows to the reds, to the purples, to the blues, to the greens, blah, blah, blah. I also like to go within those from the warms to the cools, if I can. That's not always possible. But like in the reds, I start obviously with the warms because I'm next to the oranges, which are warm. But then here's a cool yellow. Pale lemon is a cool yellow. Honestly, guys, there's no such thing. I don't care. What? Okay, burnt sienna may be a cool yellow because you put a little blue of some kind in it, which is cool, and some kind of orange, and you'll get something close to burnt sienna. Okay, you can also do it with reds, blah blah. Okay, I don't want to go into that. I mean, you know, but come on. All right, and I got a big blob here. My next one. See, the thing is, I'm going by these tubes colors, which are not. This is deep magenta. The color on the tube is don't. I have yet to see any brand have this outdoor tube color outside whatever match the color. This is deep magenta. Now that's magenta. This is what looks like a alizarin. This looks like a alizarin crimson to me. Okay, although this might be a little bit more magenta than alizarin crimson actually is. But it's darker, it's more like blood. I always thought alizarin crimson looked like blood. You know what? I'm bitching about that. This thing collapsing. And that little middle thing keeps dropping down. So I'm getting a little upset. And this is 206 is the number. I just want to make sure when I put them in there, 206, that I know which is which. See, these two, look how close these two. Let's take this, just out of curiosity, and put it up here by it. Honest to God, at this point of the day, I don't see any color difference. Let's wait and see how this dries. But right now, wet, these are exactly the same color to me. Exactly. Now we're going to take this one, which is Rose Red. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Rose Red 502. Shoot. don't want to use that much paint. Damn it. There we go. Now that's a nice looking fuchsia magenta. Isn't that pretty? What's the word? What's the one I'm thinking of? This is their version of, what's its face? Oh, Rose something too, or something Rose. I can't, I'm sorry, my brain's not working. Okay. Nice color. Alright. I figured, but you just never know. Where'd the lid go? Here he is. Okay. I know. Oh, wait. 502 is the number. And the last one on the red is 544 Violet Red. I'm hoping this is what I think it's going to be. Ooh, it's not quite. But let's wait until we get some water in it, okay? Shoot. No? It's pretty much a lighter version of what that was. I'm gonna go one more, I think, okay? I'm really starting to hurt. I should be stopping. I really should have stopped 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I just wanted to try that other violet. And this is 544. I'll write that number down. Okay. Now this one is definitely more on the blue. There's more blue in this than there is in this one. Definitely. Same darkness though. But he's definitely got more purple in him. Or blue. A little bit of blue makes a little bit more purple. Alright. My next one, I'm pretty sure I know what the deep violet is. But this is another name. Fresh Purple. I'm sorry. I just have to see it. Okay? I hope you don't spill out. And of course, oh, you didn't. Good. Thank you very much. Okay. How are you? Are you clean? Yeah. Alright. Let's get a little water. Get a little bit of paint. Let's do just a little area here. Ooh. Oh. You know, this is interesting. This is not what I thought might have been. A lot of times they have a mauve in there sometimes. They call it mauve. And it's sort of a cross between basically this and that. Because the deep purple I usually have is very on the blue side. It's very deep, rich purple. So, but I got it. I'm good. I'm glad. Okay. So I know how I'm going to line those up here. Alright. And overnight will give enough time for everything to settle down. So, there we go. That's all we're going to do today. Isn't this lovely? I used to do full paintings, and now I swatch, what, 7 colors? Plus some tests. Yeah, I'm coming along. Getting lots done. I would have starved to death at this rate. I am on color 206, which is deep. Now, let me just make sure here that I actually am on 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is done. Okay. 8, 9 is done. And the next one is deep magenta. And deep magenta, let me put my little wet area in there. Deep magenta is their number 206. I'm going to see if I can find me on here. Is this off? Oh, goodness, it is. There we go. They're number 206. And the color is PR 204. And I think that that's a single color. Okay? I can't barely see those things, but it is what it is. Oh, I see a little speckle in there. I want that out. There we go. Well, to me it looks like the same color, but we're going to find that out real quick. Because we're going to swatch it. So let's put him back there and get some of that color out of there. Not too much. No, we'll see when it dries. They dry lighter. Okay, let's let them just kind of roll down there a bit. I like to see how they blend down. No, my back still hurts. But I think it's going to get better. And if it doesn't, I think I may have a solution. You know, I'm telling you, I have been thinking about this as I get worse off each time I turn around. I have decided that if I get to a point where I can't sit up at all, that I am getting a massage table, all right? Or something like it. And because they've, right? But I'm going to have somebody get something like a massage table or build me one. And then there'll be a hole for the head. And I'm going to have them cut, sorry, but I'm going to cut 2 little holes out from my boobs. And then little scallops out for my arms. And I'll lay down in there on my stomach. And I'll put the artwork on the floor and I'll work. One way or another, I'm going to work until I swear they put me in a pine box or roll me into the fire. Okay? That's the whole, right now, that's the only thing I even want to bother with, is doing some artwork. It's all part of my thing. You know what? This little bugger is leaking too. All right, I'm telling everybody, don't buy these. This one leaks. The other one collapsed. I'm tired of this. That was my clean water. And it's irritating me. All right. What the hell's wrong with this? I'm trying to see if I'm actually even on. And if I am, if you're watching and able to see what I'm doing here. But this doesn't seem to be. This is irritating. What is going on here? Don't even know how that opened up. Every one of my programs, every one of my devices is get out. There. It's been acting wonky lately. I'll try this again. And of course this is wet. And now my back is hurting me. I'm just going to do this from an angle. This isn't so bad here. I can't get this stupid thing to pop up here. Quit it! Jesus. Now it's opening. Okay, hold on. I just want everything to get off. Hang on. I'm still here. Oh, this is irritating. Get out. Get out. Now, I only want TikTok to open, okay? What is this? Start recording. What is that? Something weird is going on here. Give me a couple seconds, guys, if you are there. Oh. Where's the live? Let me see what profile I'm on into here. There it is. I didn't change it, so it shouldn't. Oh. I wonder if my connection is bad. We'll find that out in a second. I'm going to go ahead here. I only have so much time. So this is 003 and it's Madder Red. And the color number is PR204. Okay. This is interesting, this one and that one. And you're going to see this one's going to do exactly what that one did. But see, these are thinner. That means they've got more binder in them, possibly. Don't know, but see how this one kind of looks like an ice cream cone top? I'm not giving you access to anything, especially anything have to do with Facebook or that. Okay, now let's go in here and go to home. Come on, go to home. Maybe it's my fingers that aren't working. Let's push backwards, see what happens here. Okay, there's the live. And that's not share. For a second I thought it was. Ah, this is irritating. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why. I had to disconnect it and it turned itself off. Do I have enough battery juice in here? Sure, 79%. Wow, it was disconnected for how long? And it dropped that much? Oh. Give me a second. This is really bugging me. I can't mess with it. Alright, so this one, I have to get this out of the way. He's next. This one was the Madder Red. Now let's get our, now this is going to be interesting. I have all the way to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one. I don't know how else to do it. I kind of pasted this together. I'm just going to do this one this way. I don't know how else to do it. Got a little bit too much on there. Okay. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't it pretty, though? It's a beautiful color. Ooh. Beautiful, beautiful color. Okay. Let's take a little of that color off, just so we can see it here. Yeah, that's better. There, we're back. I'm here. Well, I see it. At least I think you guys have been seeing something. When I'm done with all this, I'll put the names on it. But you know, I'm going to chug through a little bit. I'm going to try and get a little bit more done today. My back is already hurting, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab my heating pad. And I'm going to plug it in. And I'm going to put a pillow behind me. and push my back out. In other words, kind of, you know, put a back support in there and see if that'll help. And then I'll put my, give me a second, I'm messing around here doing this. Okay. Looks like I got some oopsie doopsie. Watercolor paint on my heating pad. Well, you can wash them, so it's not a stain, one with stain in it. Should be okay. There, I got it. I actually got that done. And then I'm going to pull this as close as I can to my back and bring myself up. And I'm going to lean on the table with my arm like this. Okay, so now 544, their color, violet red. And the color code is P, oh wow, I can hardly see that. I think it's PR38. Okay? I am not sure. I'm not as familiar with the color numbers yet. I didn't get into a lot of that kind of stuff when I was in school. And number one, and it's been so long, I will tell you this, that it is doubtful in those days that the manufacturers released that information. Nowadays, you know, the public is more aggressive about what they want, and they demand things like, you know, take red dye out of our foods and stuff like that. And it's very possible that artists said once upon a time after the 70s, hey guys, guess what? You need to start telling us more. You need to be more open. Blah, blah, blah. And so then they started, I don't know, because I don't remember. I'd have to go back, and I don't even think I've got any. Oops, I forgot to put water. Well, too bad. That's the last one. I didn't make this very neat, but that's okay. I'll adjust the next line. Now that's really way too much paint. And I need to be dipping this first into some water before I dip it into these paints. Now let's see what you do. Reds are not typically granulating, so it's doubtful we're going to have any big surprise here. But you never know. Okay. I have so much room in here. I'd like to get bunches of these. It came with the set. I'd like to have a bunch of these just for mixing some little washes. And then literally as small as I have to work now, because I can't work big. My body just won't handle that. That might be enough for me to, you know, do most of these. And if I wanted to, I could add some colors in here or, you know. Anyway, all right, so we're going to go on to the next color, which is going to be, now this is going to be interesting. What do I do? These go across this way. I've got 3 lines. If I go this way and this, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So what I'm going to do, I've never done one with this odd shape before. I'm going to go down and then this way. Okay? I don't know how else to do it. I can't think. And that's the way, you know, so that's what I'm doing. Now this color is their color 398, fresh purple. And that color is using two pigments, PR122 and PV23. So red and violet. So he goes here, and I can tell he's going to be a neat color. But I noticed that starting right in here, these guys started to get a little thin. And I'm just going to clean this off like this. And use a little bit of that so it doesn't stick. The cap doesn't stick as badly. And then this one goes here. Ooh, I think I'm going to like that color. The water just splashed all over me. Good thing I'm wearing purple camouflage. It's already hot here, so I already start wearing my... I like to wear these extra big, extra long t-shirts. You know, I'll go in and get big and tall men's. Like 5, 6, 7X. Well, 6X. If I get into the 7Xs, they start falling off my shoulders. But that way they're long enough to go down to like my knees. And they're cool and, you know. Plus, if I ever want to, I can wear them out with a pair of jeans or something. But they're perfect for working in the house. Now I'm gonna see, I'm adjusting my back to make it work a little better. All right, my next color, their next color, 231 Deep Violet, and that is PV23. So this is one color. Ah, this is not open great. Hang on. I have to get my... I keep moving things around and then I can't find them. Hang on. I need my pliers, my little teeny weeny itty bitty pliers, and I don't know where they are. Let's try here. There. I gotta straighten my drawers out. I got everything organized and then I started buying stuff. That's not what you do. You don't organize until after you buy everything. Okay, gotta poke a hole. I hate this part. Ah! Oh, I meant to say hi to everybody that's there, and I didn't look. But hello. That's a nice palette. I don't know if you're still there. Thank you. Yeah, it is. Yes, I did. I got this, listen, just before all the junk went down, so to speak. I jumped onto Temu and I like went through and I bought, that's got to be opened a little bit larger than it is for me here. And I bought a ton of little tins, palettes, all sorts of stuff before. Because a lot of this stuff, of course, a lot of the stuff on Temu obviously comes from China. But what you may not know is a lot of your art supplies are coming from China. I'm sorry. You know, the only ones I can think of, Daniel Smith is made here in the United States. It's in Seattle, Washington. Winsor Newton used to be made in the UK. I think a lot of their stuff is now made in France as well. But we are talking overseas and we are talking import fees. So naturally the first thing, you know, I don't have to rush on to Daniel Smith's. Although, of course, those are the ones I want the most because, you know, they're great colors and they're granulating and blah, blah, blah. But... well, get in there. He doesn't want to go in there. Well, too bad. You're going in whether you like it or not. All right, now. You know what? I'm just going to follow this. Here, there. I'll leave that open in the center. I know that sounds stupid, but this way I know exactly what... yes, it's got a little pink in it. Don't worry about it. If it upsets you that much, let me grab the lid for that little thing that collapsed. And I'll use cleaner water. There we go. He's going to rock a little bit, but let me suck this up. Okay. All right. And I'll just put a little bit cleaner water on there for you. Everybody will be happy. Okay. Now, I have no idea what I was talking about. Must not have been important. I'm going to go down this way. I don't know why I didn't think about that. That way these will be exactly positioned to where they belong. There we go. It's going to be very, very, very odd, isn't it? I want a little bit more color on there. I do like to see this full strength. And a lot of these look black. That's okay, all right? I don't care if they look black, because they look black in the palette, and this is why you do swatches. Take a look, take a look. Come on, look at these and tell me that you could possibly figure out that these were these colors. All right? No. You can't. Oh shoot, I need 5 down this way. Doggone it. That should have been shorter. So this one is going to suffer right here. And so is this one. You know what? I'll put them together. I'll do one at the top. And then I'll take the thing out of the middle. Oh, I'm so mad at myself for that. Oh. Shoot. Well, fortunately, they are blues, and I know these. This is 660. This is their ultramarine. Now this, man, nowadays, opening up a tube of ultramarine is like playing Russian roulette, okay? These guys, especially, you know, I don't know how these paints are. So far, they seem fine. Okay, I haven't painted anything with them yet. This is the whole point of all this. Get them all swatched and lined up and start going down the line and painting with them. And then doing reviews on them and comparing them. I have, over here I have, I don't know, God, I've lost count now. I think I've got 9, 10, 12 palettes that I have been putting together since I started buying all this stuff and checking to see, because I haven't bought watercolors in many, many years. I've been working digitally and I've been working with acrylics, and let me tell you something. Paints change in 2 decades. Manufacturers change in 2 decades. And I will tell you, I mean, oh no, oh wait. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so I kind of messed this up a little bit. This is my fault. All right. And there's way too much paint there. Okay, but you know, I'm kind of like really happy right now because I am hurting. My back hurts, okay? But I'm managing. It's not screaming at me. And then I'm going to go down this way. So I'm going to shorten these up and bring these up this way. And he's kind of dead, so I'm going to bring him all the way out here, and that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to lift some color. I've got to see it. I got to see it, you know, without all the pigment in it. I got to see how it... I've messed this up big time. I hate it when I do that, because I am one of those. Once upon a time, we used to call that anal retentive, all right? People who, I mean, I'm the kind of person who goes into somebody else's house, and if I can't straighten their crooked picture, it just kind of upsets me. It doesn't really, I mean, I can't ignore it. I'm not quite that bad, but I will definitely notice it. I won't get up and, you know, I would not embarrass them. I would not, you know, be a horrible guest like that. Because I do have social skills, okay? Whereas, unfortunately, a lot of people who have these disorders don't. They cannot, they're compelled to do what they do. All right. That's 1, 2, 3. This is going to be 4 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, see, this is the problem here. It brings me back up here, which messes me up. Ugh. Oh. I went down. I need these 3 colors. Wait a minute. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no. 6, 7. Oh. I was thinking maybe I could do the browns on this line. Aha. I could still put the browns in here, but I only have 6, and okay, the black and the white. Let me think. Let me think. All right, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I have 1 extra. I have 1 extra, and that is a green. If I could have put, that would have worked. I could have put the yellow ochre here, brought it down to the browns here. I've got the white. Now let me see about the white. Let me think about this. They always put the white with the yellow. I always put the white with the black because, never mind, doesn't matter. That's how I do it. I don't know why. I thought I had this figured out, but that was before I went to the hospital. When I went to the hospital and had my heart surgery, my aneurysm surgery, my brain just kind of blew out. All right. Let me think. Let me think. If I take the white out, but where would I put it? Here, maybe? All right, let me think. Or here. Here. I could put it here. I could put the white here, and the yellow ochre, and then what was that? That's the other ochre, isn't it? That's the, excuse me, the yellow sienna. So the yellow ochre, yellow sienna. Okay. White, yellow ochre, yellow sienna, burnt sienna, and then the, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, sienna and burnt sienna. Okay. Sienna, burnt sienna, and then Van Dyke. All right, so yellow ochre, blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the burned brown. 6, 7. Wait, white. Put him back there. That, it could work, and then the greens would come down here. Okay, let me look at, I'm gonna have an extra, wait, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The only thing I could do, this is the fresh blue. There is not an indigo in here. Now, if there was, I would move that. Now, let me see here. There is a Payne's Gray. I generally put Payne's Gray in my blues. All right? Because it has a blue tint to it. Now, where can I put this? Where's that little, here it is. I've got a little tiny piece of this left over from this. Oh, I gotta pop it open. Let me see this Payne's Gray. Okay, I'm rearranging here. Sorry, guys. Ah, God, these don't poke worth a damn. Oops. Okay. Okay, here's the Payne's Gray. Now you see, this is one of my favorite colors for cloudy skies, stormy skies. This is sort of like my go-to buddy. Look at him. Look at it. Just look at that. You know? Look at that. You just paint it up there and let it just... Look at that. Okay? Ooh, yummy. Look at that. Just bring it all down here. And then it just drains down there like that. Now look at that. And that doesn't look like the rain coming down from the clouds in the distance. Isn't that perfect? This is why everybody loves this freaking color. Because guess what? You look at that painting and you go, how do they do that? They don't. The watercolor does. Isn't that cool? This is what is known as a granulating color. Okay? Isn't that exceptional? I could make a little tiny painting out of that. Matter of fact, I think I will. There. Just for the heck of it. I already got me a little storm here. All right, hold on. Let me get down here. You can't. You can't see him. I'm way down here. Sorry about that. Come on here. Maybe you can if I twist that a little bit there. Okay, down here. Sorry about that. Come on here. Maybe you can if I twist that a little bit there. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna add the water. Add the water. Here you go. It's not paused. There we go. I don't know why they did that. I'm not off screen. They do that to me all the time. Irritates me. I'm painting an actual teeny weeny itty bitty teeny tiny painting, dipwads. Don't pause me. Let me see if I can get him down here and get him to do that. Just one more little time. Okay. There goes. There goes. There goes. Okay, I'm going to hold it up and let him just go down. All right? It's there. Now, I don't want that hard line there quite. All right? I'm screwing around here. I'm going to bring him up. Whoops, 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 whoops. Damn. It's okay. That's all right. I got it. I caught him. Okay. We're going to set him right down there and let him dry. And I will quit screwing around and get back to I'm sorry. I figured, why not make myself a teeny weeny tiny little thing? I mean, this is smaller than I've ever done. Okay. Where was I? Wait. Now I gotta count again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15. So this one. Okay. This one goes, I'm gonna put him back in the blues. This is the Payne's Gray. Now I don't need him anymore. I think what I'm going to do is put him over here with the black. That will move everything up one to this line, or that line here, and then we'll have the browns and the blacks all here. Now let me just double check that that works out. Okay? Now, but where am I going to put him? I guess what I'm going to do is put him... Let me think about this. See, I mean, that is definitely, to me, I don't see black or gray in that. Okay, you can call it Payne's gray all you want, but that ain't Payne, that ain't gray. Actually, it was named after some guy named Payne. I remember that. I can't remember much else. He developed the color, they named it after him, and now I can't remember the rest of the story. The rest of the story. Yeah, I'm that old. Okay, I'm going to put him then... If I put him... No, I can't put him here. I could put him here. I could put him here, and then I could do the white and the black and the browns. Okay, that's it. He goes here, and then he'll still be close to the blues. All right? So the Payne's gray, I'm going to go ahead and put him here. Since I've got him out, he will be next to the blues in this palette. Okay? That's their number 322. Whoa! This is three, well, that's not unusual, I guess. This is 3 colors to get this Payne's gray. It's PB 15, PB 29, so 2 blues, and 1 black. Okay, PBK 7. So 1 black, 2 blues. Okay? Now, I can almost tell you one of these blues is in here, and I'm wondering, well, we'll see it. We'll get to it. Okay, so I'm going to move everything over here. And move him next to the white. Okay? Right here. That's very odd and unusual, but that's what's going to happen. Now I'm going to continue down here with these. Oh, I've got to put him in, though. I have to do the color. So he's going to go right. I messed this up. I'm going to bring it up a little higher. This is, no. Wait, here. No, here. That's right. He's here. He's here. Second over, yeah. Okay. Okay. Second over, let me see if I can make some sense out of this mess that I made here. Worst comes to worse, normally if it wasn't cobbled together here, I could just cut everything up and paste it on another thing and make it look better. I'm not going to. I did this specifically so number 1 would fit in here, and number 2, it would go through my laminator. For some reason, I did not buy a full-size laminator. I only bought a small one. So it only takes pages up to, width up to 4 and I think 3/8 inches or something. It works out okay for me here, but I wonder why I did that. Alright. We'll go up there later. I'm going to continue with these down here. Now, their next color is going to be ultramarine. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Boy. (13, 14, and 15, 12, 13, 14, and 15. That is ultramarine. It's done. Okay. Next color is fresh blue. Now, I have seen this in other palettes from different brands. This fresh blue. And I think I saw it, somebody was doing that. I don't know how you pronounce this brand. I want to say Meiliang, it's L-I-A-N-G, Mei, M-E-I, and that's, in most of the Asian languages, it's Mei, I think. I don't think it's Mai, it could be. Now I've confused myself. Sorry, guys. I'm making it through this. You know, my back is doing pretty good. I'm really pretty happy right now. I mean, even though I've messed this up. Oh my God, I made a total mess here. Right. Meiliang. It is not Ling, but that's, you know, that's what I want to say. This is called Fresh Blue. And we're going to bring him right here. I can almost bet this one has PB15. Now, PB15, I would almost venture to say is phthalo blue. I don't recognize the colors as like some of the people do, because they've been working with them all along, and you know, it's part of the thing. I'll get to them close enough, especially when you talk about something like phthalo blue. All right, it is a color in its own right, obviously, but it is also used quite a lot in making other colors. Okay, and if you have phthalo blue in your palette and you use it a lot, I don't know how this happened, but I am now completely mucked up with blue. And I tell you, blue, the blue pigments, not all of them, but most of them, okay, that's dye, all right? And they are powerful. They have a lot of pigment in them. They're powerful colors. So, like, if you're mixing a green with that, you're going to use half a pan of yellow and one tiny little dip dot of that to get a green. I can show you if you want to see. Look at that. Now I got to have... That irritates me. I don't even know where it came from. You know, look, the thing's not even dirty. Little hair. You can't even see me. Get your butt back here. See, the rim of the tube's not even dirty, so where did that paint come from? I hate to say it, but it's... You know what? That lid is sticky. Uh-huh. It is sticky as dickens. That's the binder. I wonder, I've got to read up back on these. I've forgotten now, because I started all this before I went to the hospital. I'm starting to wonder if I had a minor little stroke during that surgery. I don't remember a lot of stuff. I mean, not anything necessary. It's just a matter of I haven't felt well, etc. Not, it'll probably come back. Or I had a stroke and it'll never come back. Who knows? But they didn't tell me I had a stroke. Then again, you know, I could ask. Because I don't think they're going to tell you. I think they should, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they do, does it? Anyway, this is Fresh Blue, blah, 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 blah. It is a pretty color, isn't it? You know? I gotta move on, okay? I'm gonna finish this today. I want to get this damn thing off my drawing board and move on with my life, my artistic life, and I'm also hungry right now. And boy howdy, the minute you bring the blues into the picture, boy does your dirty water get dirty fast. Okay, that was the Fresh Blue. And now we have what they call light sky blue. Okay. $6.79 is their color, which means jack all to me. But the color, there's only one color in this. PB, what the heck? Doggone it. I'm sorry. I see PB 15 dot. That's not possible. I need a magnifying glass. I have one, but not available to me here. That isn't possible. PB 15. I'm telling you, this says .3. What the hell? I'm sorry. But what the hell? All right. Okay, guys. I'm not even going to ask any questions now. The important thing for me is not worrying about dot 3 right now, because I don't think I've ever seen that. But getting these colors swatched and into the tray and worrying about that crap later, okay? And here he comes. Oops. Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so here he is. Well, now, isn't that a big pile of, you can't see it, I wish you could. But there is a excuse me, I shouldn't keep saying that. There's quite a bit of binder in here. And if you can see it, see all these little bubbles? Binder. You see the difference in color if you can see it? The binder has a kind of a warm yellowish greenish color to it, whereas this blue is almost a cool towards the purple end. These two colors are completely different. This is like a darker robin's egg blue where the binder popped out, and then this. Now that just means that the binder is pulling the pigment out. Okay, that's all it means. But what the hell is that 0.3? Okay, do not know. Confused. Okay, nothing I can do about it. I am feeling this, and I have to be very, very careful about sitting up. The whole point is this operation that I had was on my abdominal aorta, which is right below the belly button, okay? And I'm bending over, I am putting pressure on that area, and I'm trying to kind of baby that area, all right? Because that's what I'm supposed to be doing, because that is where the stent was installed and where it's going to have any issues, if it will, because that's where the operation was. I hate that color. Sorry. It's ugly. It's chalky looking. I hate it. Now, that is a piece of crap color. Sorry. But that, I'm going to have to mix that. That isn't even mixed. This stuff is just jumbled up like you wouldn't believe. I should have mixed it before I grabbed it out of there, too. But that is one ugly mother color. Sorry, not sorry. Ugh. And what bugs me is I do believe this is another, yeah, sky blue. Sorry. Okay. When I start hearing names like that, I start getting nervous. These are the kind of names, you know, those little plastic, really cheapy, of course these are plastic, everything is nowadays, except some of the nice metal ones. Ooh, I saw one of these little miniature travel ones with porcelain. Oh God, except porcelain's heavy. You know, I mean, they charge you so much for weight for flying nowadays. I mean, if you're taking a train or something or driving, yeah, but if you're flying, that, I mean, you know, I'm still saying you're talking about an extra, you know, couple of ounces here for that porcelain. But, oh, God, porcelain is nice to mix on. It just is. Okay. I had a beautiful, I don't know what happened to it either. Well, anyway, here we go. Here's sky blue. Their color is 139. Who cares? And this is PB15. PB15. No dot 3 on this one. No dot 3 here. Woohoo-hoo-hoo. God knows. I don't know. All right. I got to go in and make him a little, oops. I wonder where that came from. That's like a little dry chip that came out of somewhere. I'm going to bring these up a little bit. Okay. And there's too much water in there. Oh, look. There's some speckles there. I wonder if that came off one of the lids. All right, so here we go. This is the sky blue. Oh my God, it's a beautiful color. Okay, I'll shut up about it now. But gotta wonder about it. You gotta wonder about the permanency, the light fastness on this. But it is a beautiful color. Now I know, I'm pretty sure they have the light fast written on here, but I cannot read it for the life of me. I have to get a... I'm back here. God. This is a problem with 5mm tubes. Weathering resistance. What the hell does that mean? Color carrier, that's the binder. Transparency. What the hell does that mean? There's a little black dot there. Weathering resistance. Okay. Is that what they mean by... Is that what they're talking about for light fastness? There's no number, there's no code for it. There is something in either... I can't remember where these are from again. Korea, China. I think this is Chinese. This is not Japanese. I'm pretty sure that's Chinese. Okay. Anyway, so... Don't know, but that's a beautiful color. I do like it, but it makes me a little suspect about permanency. The only thing to do is, you know, when I get done here, is do a little bit more research on them. I'm kind of used to having the information on, like, if I buy a cube. What the hell is it called? If I buy the little hard thing. Oh, God. Okay. It has it. It's always written on the wrap paper. Or all the information, on the good stuff. Okay. All that information that you want and need, it's written on the wrapping paper. So you can sometimes, it's really cool. Even though the color on the wrapping paper never matches the actual color. It's so rare. Because that would actually, it could be done. In printing, I happen to know that it could be done, but it would be a tedious and highly expensive process to get this color to match this color when it's painted. Okay? Alright, wait a minute. This is cobalt blue. Now this looks like an old-fashioned cobalt blue. 179. Let's see what they're saying about the colors. Okay, they used PB29 and PW5. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I'm starting to feel this a little bit where I shouldn't be feeling it. But this is the most I have been able, and the longest I've been able to sit up and do any work since I got back from the hospital. So I don't want to push it too far. I'm beginning to notice just some issues here. And I may have to cut it short because I will tell you, I do not want to have to go through that again to repair anything, and it's dangerous and all that kind of stuff. So I really want to baby this little thing, just simply because I did not enjoy operation. Okay, this is not game Terry light, you know. The funny thing is, the thing that I thought I wouldn't like the most was the intubation, and other than my throat is still actually just a little tender, but not much. But the first couple of days it was hoarse and, you know, kind of sore, but not exceptionally. I mean, you know, not exceptionally, I don't think, or I don't remember. The IV didn't bother me too much, but the Foley, just getting that in was not fun. All right. And then the catheter, I was under when they put that in. So I don't know, but I will tell you that that in recovery later that night, and it was quite a bit later, it was like dark of the night, 2, 3, something like that. That thing started to annoy me so much. I was like, get it out of me, 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 you know. Okay. What? Oh, God, my back. Okay, we did the cobalt blue. Let's just make sure here. That's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, no. That's right, because he's moved over here. So we're good. Okay, so the cobalt blue. I was, you know, it's hard to keep track. What I was doing was pulling the next one up out of the slot. Now, this is turkey blue. Really? Okay, I was watching, oh God, I have got to remember these other YouTube artist names. They're lovely people, and I learn a lot from them, and, you know, I enjoy, I have to tell you, I enjoy watching other artists swatch paints. It is so relaxing to me. I lay in bed, you know, I'm laying in there. If I had to watch regular TV, I would be going friggin' bonkers, okay? But I can watch these ladies and gentlemen swatch colors and talk about them and, you know, talk about their lives. It's just, it's so comforting. And it's so calming. It's, you know, I want to thank every one of you if I could just remember your names. And I'm sorry, I'm not good at that. I swear I'm going to sit down one day, because I have followed each and every one of you. I've subscribed to all of you, blah, blah, blah. Well, oh, look at that. Huh. I thought I poked this little guy. And I truly, I have, you know what, you might want to try. I mean, you're watching me now. I don't know how long you're watching, but use this as, honestly, I'm telling you, watching somebody swatch paints is one of the most calming things on television. I used to watch many, 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 many moons ago, the Discovery Channel, and this was, I'm talking 30, 40 years ago, okay, when it first, it was wonderful. The Discovery Channel, the History Channel, there was another one too, Nat Geo, I think, maybe, or National Geographic, because it wasn't Nat Geo then. And I loved, I would put their content on, and oh, we didn't call it content. I would put their programming on in those days, and I would paint to it. I mean, I like that as much as listening to classical music, if not more, because you could listen and you'd learn things. But the Blue Ocean, I think there was a series called The Blue Ocean, I swear to God, over the decades, I have probably watched that thing 100 times. Okay, oh shoot. This is turkey blue. I think I just squeezed it in there. Let me just, oh God, I gotta count again. Sorry guys. We were talking about National Geographic and those, when they first started their programming on television, you know, in the days when cable was brand new. And yes, cable has not been around forever. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Yes, that is it. And we are now on, let me get through this and then I'll go back. 654, their number, Turkey Blue. And Turkey Blue is made with PB17 and PW6. Okay? PB, Pigment Blue, PW, Pigment White. Yes, there are different whites. How about that? Okay? And this is Turkey Blue. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Uh-oh, yep, that's this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be just right below that one. Here. Okay. I'm going to take a little bit out of there and run him across the top. I gotta go back. What is this? Cobalt. Okay. I messed up. when I put them together. Oh no, I didn't. I came in today and they were out and upside down, and I went, what's that? And I put them back. I was supposed to check these before I put this down. I would have moved this over here to the cobalt, and cobalt over here. I have several more blues to go through. Excuse me, I would have moved these over here because I'm heading towards the greens. This has more green in it than the cobalt does. So the cobalt should be here. This one should be here. Now, I'm not going to move it because they're already in here and I'm not taking them out. That's a pain in the butt. But I can make a note to switch them, okay, if I want to next time. But I'm not going to say that these paints will be back in here next time. I don't know. Well, actually, I will use up, okay. Well, that's not necessarily true either. I may not do that either. If they are decent, you know, if they are decent, like student grade, I'll use them, okay. There's nothing wrong with student grade paints. For a lot of the things that I do, like if I'm going to do a lot of drawings and illustrations for products, for designs to put on products, it doesn't matter if, you know, they fade or whatever, because I'm using them for reproduction. I'm not going to be selling any originals, all right? If I discover that these are, look at this stuff. Oh, it's God. I discover that these are not, that these don't have enough light fastness and permanence in them to make them worthy of being sold as originals. And I'm sorry, I have a thing. If I sell you a piece of artwork, I'm going to charge you up the nose for it, okay? I got paid a lot of money for my originals and for my work. And I'm not going to charge less now because I need the money even less now than I did then. I'm retired. I don't have to get rich or make money or any of it. I'm not going to refuse money because extra money means extra fun and stuff. But I'm also not going to I don't take commissions. Sorry. I hate them. Well, I don't hate them. That's not true. I don't particularly like them. I don't like working now. I never did particularly, but I can't do it. It's what I did. It was what I was trained to do, is work under direction. Work under requirements. Like, I've had art directors tell me to, use a certain color palette. Blah, 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 blah. It's really funny. You have all sorts of weird requests, okay? But now I'm retired. Now I paint for my own pleasure, my own enjoyment. And I will tell you this. If I thought that painting swatches and nothing but swatches would make me happy, I would be painting nothing but swatches. I'd be swatching everything out there. I'd swatch these in 10,000 different ways. Then I'd do, like, I've got the hiccups. I would take all these colors, line them up that way, and all the same colors, line them up this way, and then crisscross them over each other to see what colors they made. But that's not all I want to do. It can be fun sometimes. It can be mindless and fun. All right. Oh, God. All right. So now, here we go. We're on our last blue. That was turkey blue. I got to admit, I like that color. In fact, I think I like that color even more than, what was this one? I think this was sky blue. This is cobalt, this was sky blue, and this was light blue sky or light sky blue, or what was it? Light sky blue. So this is light sky. Look at this. Light sky blue, sky blue. Do these even look like the same color, the hue to you? Do they? This one looks like almost a periwinkle, a little bit more lavender in that. That'd be periwinkle. And this one is definitely on the green side. So, where are you people getting here? I kind of wonder sometimes when I see stuff like this, who's mixing these colors? I mean, sometimes I think some of this stuff is genius. Like, oh my God. I've got them coming, and I have a couple of my, this is why I want to get this all finished. I have some Daniel Smith granulators, okay, and I cannot wait to get my hands on, okay. And now I'm mad at myself because I bought the little, I thought, well, we'll test them out because they're very expensive. We'll buy the little 5 milliliter. These are little 5 milliliter tubes, okay? And this is what this is great for when you're testing something out like this, but I knew it. I knew I was going to love these things. I should have just gone right to the 15 milliliter tubes. Right to them. Okay, this is Prussian blue. We all know Prussian blue. Yay. 538 is their number. I don't know why I keep telling you that. It actually has absolutely no consequence whatsoever. It doesn't mean anything to me. Well, it does. If I go to buy another set and they have, bless it, what are these stupid things called? Jeez. Cakes, the little pan paints, okay? If I buy pan paints instead of tube paints, the only way I can tell sometimes if they have the same colors or if I already have the color is by their number, okay? And sometimes you can tell they can each actually, if they, plus, I don't know what it is, but a lot of the stuff from overseas, they do a lot of typos. It's very unnerving. Okay, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wait. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21. Anyway, Prussian blue PB27. Ooh. So he's got some pigment in him. Yes, sir, Bob. Let's see what you do for us, shall we? Another color. I used to love this color. This is another great sky color, by the way, and it's also another great mixing color. Come on. Would you please? I can't get the lid on it, the cap. Okay, no black used in that, so that makes me happy. PB27, I'm going to check that. Okay. Now, here we go. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, this is where I started smushing them around. They're just going to have to fit in here whether they like it or not. This is why I kind of like to measure them out and make them all nice and square, but honestly, I just don't want to spend all that time. I did it, on the good paints that I know that I'm going to, I did it on the Winsor Newtons. I'll always buy Winsor Newtons. They are traditional. You know what to expect from them. There's, they're traditional. You're not going to get, All right, let me put it this way. You want to marry Winsor Newton and stay married to Winsor Newton for 50 years. Steady, acceptable. You know what to expect. Good earner. Okay. Now, but Daniel Smith, that's your wild, madly insane love affair. Okay? You pick up, where are they? Where are they? Is this them? No. Where'd I put them? No, I didn't lose them, trust me. I did not lose them. Here they are. Okay. No, wait a minute. Maybe I did lose them. I can't find them. What did I do with them? I have them in tubes in the boxes. And I don't know what I did with the tubes. Oh my God. Oh no, here they are. Here they are. I got 2 of these full of tubes. Oh, look at these. Here, okay, see, this was a mistake. I bought the 6 set of the Primatech. Daniel Smith Primatech line of the granulating paints, right? Now, I have to say that that the colors in here were not the colors that made me go, oh my God, okay? No. Here's where I'm starting with those. First of all, the quinacridone magenta, but that's beautiful, okay? See, smart, bought it separately. Here's the green gold, okay? This is the green gold. Yum, okay? And then here it is, the hematite genuine. Now these guys are supposedly, now there was a big brouhaha. It was a couple years ago, maybe 26, maybe even longer, I don't know. When they came out, and they're still not real forthcoming on these, how these are made. About, were these, okay, the fact of the matter is these are very expensive, and they're very expensive because these are actually made, if this says hematite or hematite, genuine, that means they used the actual gemstone hematite and crushed it up to make this color. All right? Or the soil or the whatever, okay? A lot of these are coming from semi-precious stones, right? And, but God, you gotta see, I mean, anyway, so that's what I say. I got these all mixed up now. Doggone it. But this is the hot guy you date. This is the bad boy. Alright? These are the bad boys. You don't know. They're going to do unexpected things. And they're sexy. Okay. They're sexy, 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 and beautiful. And they're not reliable because they're not going to do the same thing over and over and over again. Okay? So... Now wait, isn't that game who would you marry, who would you sleep with, and who would you kill? I don't know which ones I'd kill. Okay, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't pull the last one. That was my last one. That was the Prussian blue. Okay, so now we are into the greens, and we are in emerald green. This is emerald green, PG7, okay? Again, transparency, there's 2 little tiny white dots inside of a little black dot. I have no idea what the hell that means. And right now, I don't care. Because I'm on the last stretch to maybe finishing these colors and getting them whoa, swatched away and put away. So, there it is. Okay. Emerald green, they're number 696. Who cares? Okay. PG7. Let me pull that next color out so I don't lose my way here. Now, it's just easier for me to do this. So how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1. So this one's kind of, I'm getting a little squished, so I got to do them a little narrower. So I got to get 6 in here, okay? And I'm going to use this little guy, so I have to get 6 more colors in here. Now hang on, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I can come in a little closer and make them a little wider. 1, 2, I can erase that later. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. They're not evenly balanced, but that's close enough. All right, now, where was I? So this is, what did I say, the emerald green? Emerald green. Okay, no, I don't hate it. You know why I don't hate it? Because it's friggin' Viridian. I like Viridian. I like it. I'm, you know, I like the color. Now, I think Viridian is that one of the ones that is sort of like iffy for light fastness? I can't remember. One of the greens that I really like is a little iffy. But I like the greens, these greens, that tend towards the blues a lot. Okay? I was going to mix something for you and show you what it was, but I think it was the ultramarine and the yellow. Somebody remind me. I'm sorry. I keep missing to say hello to people. Thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by. I'm very caught up. Part of the reason I'm not paying any attention is, number one, I'm desperately trying to finish these today. I've been trying to finish these for what, guys, 2 weeks now? Because I had a surgery 2 weeks ago Tuesday, and I thought I was going to pop out of bed in a couple of days and go right back to work. That's not kind of what happened. Duh. You know. So, today is actually, I'm actually doing really good today in comparison to what I have been doing. And that is because I bit the bullet, gave into my week back, and, you know, did the ergonomic thing with ice seating and all that kind of stuff, and just rested and did nothing to strain it and put any extra. Now I'm straining it right now, but I think I may have gotten past the worst. This is me trying to poke a hole. Whoa! Whoa! Got it. Okay. I hate it when they do that to me. Ugh. Now there's a mess of paint on that. I'm going to take this off of here to use on my swatch. Alright, and then I'm going to wipe this off over here. Yes, I wipe them off because if that thing sticks to the lid, you saw, hold on, I got this thing in my mouth. You saw me with these brand new having to use a pliers. If they stick, you can't imagine. Guys, did I even give you the numbers on that? Okay. Did I give you, this is, nope, I didn't. This is Deep Hooker's Green. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, hookers. Okay. PB15, PG7, and PY139. Okay, that's not unusual in the greens to have 3 colors. A blue, a yellow, and a green. Okay, not unusual at all. And those are the colors that were used to make the Hooker's Green, the Deep Hooker's Green. It's always been called Hooker's Green Deep, as far as I know. I don't even know if I swatch these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so this is it right here. This does not look like it's going to be my old-fashioned looking Hooker's Green. If I have to, I mean, you know, I have a few more to go. I may have to stop after the greens. I hate it, you know, and then I'll just finish the browns without you. You don't need to see the browns. Although I've got a Van Dyke brown in here. Nope, this is Hooker's. No, this is good. Okay. Let me get some of that pigment off of there. I want to see the color variation. There we go. Okay. Yep, that's Hooker's Green Deep. Yep. Nice one too. Nice one. And that has some pigment in it. So yay. Alright. And then our next one would be the Hooker's Green. Interesting they didn't call it light. And they didn't. I usually see Hooker's Green Deep and Hooker's Green Light in a set. Okay, so we're going to puncture this little guy. Oh God, I hate it when they make it hard because I have a feeling they're going to come popping out of there just like that. Okay, so this is the Hooker's Green, not light. Okay, and I'm sucking it back into the tube here, wiping it off. All right, and he can go in there, and the next one is going to be this guy here, up. So, let's get him in here. They're getting a little tight. I'm going to move him over just a little bit and try to keep him off of this one. I don't want them bleeding into each other. Okay. My work area is a mess. I had to move everything around this morning because they came in and did an x-ray. They needed an x-ray of my area. I didn't even get out of this chair. They had a portable x-ray machine. They wheeled it right in here and wheeled it right over and moved the lamp and all this stuff out of the way and click, click, you know, put the board behind me, and that was it. So just a little. Now, let's get him down there. There we go. Nice color. I like the deep better. I just, you know, I just like that darker. Personally, I never used to like greens, but with these, some of these new granulating ones, the greens are just so exciting. Okay, and some of these are granulating just naturally, you know, and then when they mix them, oh, Lucia. All right, so our next color is tree green. Okay. Now, this has got to be their equivalent to sap green, which is a color I love. $5.99 is their number. PG36 and P... what? Oh. Oh, okay. Yes, it could be. PO49. You sound like I'm calling out bingo, doesn't it? PG36. Ladies and gentlemen, PG36. Going once, going twice. Bingo! Yeah, I made a mess. There we go. Get out of there. Yeah, it's close enough to sap green. I have a feeling it's not, it doesn't have quite the, well, it doesn't. It's using an orange, actually, it says. Oh, shoot. Not using a yellow, it's using an orange, which for sap green, I gotta check my other ones. I'll have to check and see. I haven't been checking that kind of stuff because I wasn't particularly paying any attention at this point. Now I am. Okay, I am going to have to, sorry guys, I only have 2 more colors, but I think I'm going to have to take a break here. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just go ahead and finish the greens and then I'll stop for the day. Maybe tomorrow morning or something I'll finish the browns. So here is the tree green, which to me would be sap green. I think is their equivalency. Okay. I like this color a lot. It has a lot of relationship to my yellow green that is, you know, my little favorite color. I love yellow green. I could put a little bit more water in these and just see if they... Oh, he's dry already, forget it. granulation likes a lot of water. The more water it can travel around in, the more oddball it can get. Does that make any sense? All right, and here is olive green, another color that I like. This is PY83, PR101, and PG7. And then I am going to quit. I got one more green after this, and that's it for me today. I think I've done pretty good, and I think I'm getting to a point where I'm pushing it, and I can't let that happen. I have to end. Okay. And then we have this last one right here. So, let's get this little guy in here. I don't know. Oh, get that purple out of here. I don't know where those little flaky things are coming from. You're going to mess up my color, you little bugger. Get out of there. Look at that. Just a tiny little chip. Wonder if I can... There. Get a lot of it out that way. There we go. I can clean the rest of that up later. Okay. Okay, this is yellow green. This is not yellow green. No. Wait a minute. Wait the hell a minute. Hold on. Something's wrong. Oh, God, don't tell me I screwed up. Tree green, olive green. This is supposed to be olive green. Okay. No problem. All right, get out of there. Get out. Well, that's interesting. Let me pull him. I used the wrong color. I only have 2 left and I had to go screw up. Because, you know, that's how it works. There. Well, that's interesting. There's some dye in that yellow green. It's not lifting. Didn't say it was, but there's something dye in that paper. Here's the olive green. I don't know why I pulled that off. I already have it in here. Okay. There we go. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it was this. Maybe I did have it and I got myself confused. Doesn't matter. That's all right. Here we go. Get the color down there. We can get the water down there. Here we go. That's the olive green. And here is the yellow green. And the yellow green is their number 341. And it is PG7PY3. Okay? Yellow and green. Okay? Now, tells you how weak my hands are. The delay on this is quite a bit, actually. At least 5 or 6 seconds. Ah, got it. Okay. Not quite my yellow green, but close. My yellow green has more yellow in it. It tends to be a little bit more like, let's just say fluorescent. Now, it isn't. Okay, and I'm not overly fond of fluorescent colors myself, personally. All right. I'm sure they have their... Now there, see, coming out here where it's bleeding out. Now that's... I love this color. This light color coming off of there. Okay. See it? Ah, yummy. Love it. I'm going to tilt that up a little bit, let it bleed down there. Okay. Oops, I made a mess. Just a little bit more water to pull it down. There. Well, maybe not to pull it down. Maybe to... So you got to be careful. I just made a cauliflower. I didn't particularly want to do that because I do want to see that color. There we go. That's it. Good. You know, I see little flakes of things in here. Well, I know what that is. That's cat grass. And this is all dry enough I can do this, which is lovely. Get all the little dust out of there. This is an old makeup brush. I love this thing. I have drafting brushes somewhere, but good Lord, don't know. Do not know where they are. But I even took the time yesterday. I don't have, my back's kind of hurting again. But I'm going to finish these colors today. I don't care how, but they're getting done. So I'm turning the heating pad on my back to help. And I am going to start back here and go this way with them, okay? And then I'll end up with the black right above the Payne's, right against the Payne's gray, because I pulled it out of the blue sequence. Oh, it doesn't matter. If you watch the whole thing, you'll see. And if you don't, you don't care enough to watch. So, well, let's start with the yellow ochre. I know what the problem is. That slipped down on me. There we go. Okay. So here's the yellow ochre. And I have to puncture it. These are all brand new, so I don't know if I have to be honest, I guess I like the puncture better. Okay. Than the peel off. Because I can't get a hold of the peel off. This better be the yellow ochre. Good, 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 good. Okay. And again, it seems to have quite a bit of binder here. I gotta get my sponge out. There we go. It's quite a bit of binder. But a lot of these have had it. Now, according to them, they're using, what did they say they were using for the binder here? Arcade Senegal. Color carrier. Arcade Senegal. Arcadia, I'll betcha. Acacia. What am I talking about? Acacia. It's acacia tree. So yes, that makes sense. Acacia. Gum Arabic and acacia and honey, believe it or not, have all been used as binders for watercolors. Back in ancient times, they used tree sap, which is what the acacia is. All right. I need to get I need to get two colors in here. So I can't be this greedy with space. Oh. So the yellow ochre is done. We don't have much to do here. But I do want to finish it up because I'll stitch it together in my video app and oh, jeez. Make it one full thing for YouTube. I usually put two, sometimes I'll put two versions on YouTube. I'll put a short, and then I'll put the full voiceover. But my voiceovers tend to be fairly long. I just get on and do what I feel like doing. I don't plan things out, which I suppose I should if I was really planning on building a business, but I am and I'm not. If some work, I mean, if some sales and stuff come out of this, etc., that's fine. I have no problem with that. But I am retired. My whole thing is I want to do what I want to do. And organization, I mean, I'm good at it, but God. Okay, you know, I just want to paint. And so that's what I want to do. Now, oh, I didn't give you colors again, forgot. This is Sienna, their number is 074. I am unfamiliar with a color called Sienna in any way, shape, or form. And I am not liking this crap at all. And pardon the pun there. But this has got a ton of binder in it. You see how I'm having difficulties with it a little bit? And you see how it's holding its shape? Okay, that's binder. That's not pigment. Don't particularly like the color anyway. Let's see what they're using. PR 101. Red 101, huh? Nah, Don't like it. Waste of a tube. Sorry, that's the first time I've said that about these. But that was junk, as far as I'm concerned. But there may be a use for it. We will see. At this point in time, and when there's way too much binder in that. Have you ever gone into like a dollar store and picked up one of those little tiny 4-ounce tubes of acrylic paint? And you get it home, Deco or whatever they're called. And you get it home and you try to paint with it, and the stuff is plasticky. Which acrylics, basically, they are plastic. But it's so transparent, it's like watercolors. There's no opacity to it whatsoever. I'm sorry. Acrylics should be opaque to start with. Yes, they are a water medium. But they're not watercolors. And there's a difference. Now, this is the burnt sienna. I am hoping that this is a much better color, because burnt sienna is a standby for me. I use it to, oops, I didn't mean to put quite that much in the thing, but I use a lot of it, so that's okay. This is a paint I use a lot of. By itself, for a mixer, okay, so keeping my fingers crossed this is not a piece of junk like the other one was. I don't even know what that was, I would venture to say they were 1 or 2 colors short and said, let's make a sienna. And something else. So far, I haven't found anything else that I hate quite so much. Okay, this looks like... Oh, I forgot to put the water down, but I'll do that in a second. Let's get the water on there. Oh, this is good. This is all right. Oh, there it goes. Okay, the burnt sienna is fine. Thank you. So I can completely ignore that sucker. That's what that is, as far as I'm concerned. That's sienna. Never heard of just sienna before. Honestly. In, what, 40 years? But then again, I did have a little time off. Oh, I'm not giving you the numbers. I am so sorry. The burnt sienna was PY 42. So yellow 42 and PBR 7. So brown 7, yellow 42 for the burnt sienna. No red at all. Interesting. Some siennas have red, and a lot more than this one did. Oh, wait, put this back here. The sienna, oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to bother giving you the numbers. I think I already did anyway, but ugh. Now, here is one of my favorite browns. This is Van Dyke brown. Generally, I love this color. I think it's rich and yummy. Okay. I'm going to put a little more. I do use that quite frequently. I use it for all sorts of things. I use it for shadows, and I use it for, you know, I make my so-called blacks with it. All right. Oh, number. PR 101, so red 101, and PBR, there it is, PBR 7. So red 101, brown 7. And that's our Van Dyke brown. Now let's do our little swatch. Get our little color. You will also notice that I neatened up my messes when I put the names in yesterday. I went in with the white pen and went around and got up all the messy little tails that I left on there. All right, I'm going to lift some of the color here and lift some of the water and let that come through so I can see what it does. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Let's watch that work. Okay. Not quite as spiffy as I was yesterday. I didn't overdo it too much, but I overdid it a bit. There's 609 burned brown. Never heard of it. Color was PBR 7, so brown 7. And the transparency is black. Doesn't have any white dots in it. Oh, Jesus. I don't know what that means on here. I'm assuming it's fairly opaque from that. I don't know. I don't know whether it means the opposite. Okay. Their little brochure did not tell me. This is the problem we have when we're buying things from different countries. They've got some things in English, some things in English. What is wrong with me today? English? Okay, English. And then some things. Now this is very thick. Not seeing any binder coming out of there. So that's good. Alright, I think I gave you the number on this already. The burned brown. Yeah, PBR 7. Okay. So we'll swatch our little bugger here. And we'll put some color in there. While I'm at it, I'm going to get him down there a little bit. He will settle himself down and start looking like that. By the way, this is not necessary. See how this dips down? Okay. That's when you put it in like this and it just settles down into a nice, you know, nice shape. Look at that. Oh, he's beautiful. That's not bad at all. I would venture to say that's closer to my Van Dyke than the Van Dyke is here. Ooh. Like him. Like I said, I've been really happy with these paints. I mean, so far. But that gobbledygook is like going right back to Kmart or Walmart and buying those 4-ounce bottles of 50% medium. And then you gotta hunt for the pigment. Oh, shoot. And our next color is going to be coal black. And yes, there are differences in black, in case you don't know. There's ivory black, coal black, Mars black. What is the other ones? This is PBK 7, which they have used quite a bit in here to mix with these other colors. You've heard me call out the PBK 7 a couple of times. But the coal black, for me, now there's, oh, I'm going to test this after I get the white down. I want this to dry, and then I'm going to put the white down. So I'm going to put, before I put in the white here, I'm going to put in the Payne's Gray, which I saved out. So here is the coal black. Then that's going to be white. Then this is going to be Payne's Gray. Okay? And the reason why is because I want this black to be dry, and if I have to aid it, I will, so that I can try the white over it and see how opaque the white is. Now the white, they're not telling me what it is, it just says white, and I will look at the color in a minute. But if it doesn't call titanium, then it's probably not. And titanium is what I prefer because it tends to be, I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna just make this, it's just black, it's not a big deal. I would like to see how granulating it is. That's the only thing I want to see. And then I want to see how the white goes over it. So I'm going to make it a little bit whiter and darker on one side. I'm going to make it solid black. And then I'm going to do this. Okay? I'm going to grab a little white, a little water. Kind of bring that in there and push it just a little bit. I want to push it. If it is granulating, it likes to be worked, so I'm going to work it a little bit. Okay? Alright, let's suck up a little bit more over here and see how it happens. I'm not seeing much going on. Not much yet. We'll see. Because it's coal black, you never know. Might not be very granulating. I'm not familiar with coal black. I rarely see that in a set. Usually Mars or ivory. Ivory is what I tend to buy. Because if I want to use it, that's what I want. Everybody has their different choice. What am I doing? Okay, so we're going to put the Payne's Blue right here. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I did the Payne's Gray. Hold it a second. How did I have an extra? Wait a minute. Where's the white? It's there. What's going on here? I have a Payne's Gray in here. Or maybe I didn't put it in. Well, uh-oh, I messed up. I messed up. There's the white. Okay, it's the only one left. I've done every color in here, so how did I mess up with the Payne's Gray? Alright. So here's the yellow ochre. The sienna. The yellow sienna. The sienna. Ugh. The burnt sienna, the Van Dyke, and the burned brown. No, wait. Wait a... Oh, that's black. That's burned brown. That's Van Dyke. Uh-oh. See, I missed the yellow sienna. I am so mad at myself. It belonged here. Oh, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put one in there and fix it. I really messed up. I hate it when I do that. I have some little sticky. This is magnetic, but this is not. That's plastic, so it won't do me any good here. But this will. Okay, so I'm going to stick him right here. Okay? Or right here. Let's stick him right here. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can shut. Oh, good, 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 good. It shuts. Good. Okay, let me squish it down good. And here's the yellow sienna. Now wait just a doggone minute. Got the yellow ochre, got the burnt. So what is going on? Yellow ochre. That is that color. Well, that is the color. Now, you tell me what's going on here. If that's the yellow sienna. And what did I miss? Here's that horrible sienna. Ah, guess what? That's not open. So, isn't that interesting? That isn't open. That's out of sequence, not this one. So, I messed up big time. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. I'm just going to put this right here with the rest of it. That's the yellow sienna. Okay, and the rest of this I'm just going to wash away. It's going to go in the dirty water. Then I have to take a little break. My back's hurting. Okay. Maybe I'll have to work every other day. Okay. I just have to take a little break. How do I convince them that I'm still around so they won't shut me off? That's Bailey's toy. He loves these. On those long wires, he loves these things. This is just so that they know I'm still active while I rest my back here a second. He looks like, from my place, he looks like a little guy with a feather body, two little pom-pom puff feet, and a little gilded head. Not from your angle. Gotta keep him away from all the feather stuff. I just gotta give my back just a little bit of a rest there. But they keep shutting me off, so. Alright. They're probably wondering, what the devil is she doing? And what has that got to do with painting? Not a darn thing. It's just so you don't keep shutting me off. And I'm coming. But I've got to make some sense of this mess I just made. So if that's not the sienna, that can't be the burnt sienna. Here's the white. That was it. What was that horrible? It was this one. That was the yellow sienna. Let me look at that again. Okay, guys. The icky one was the yellow sienna. And I'm going to do this again over here. Yep, that's it. There's no question about it. It's got the same viscosity, which is just terrible. Alright. Now I'm going to lift that, because this is where I'm going to put the new one. But I wanted that next to it, okay? That's okay. It'll come up. This is giving my black time to dry, isn't it? Okay. Now, I used a good watercolor paper here, so guess what? This water is not damaging it a bit. And I lifted most of it off. It's not going to interfere. Now, that was the yellow. This is the sienna, which was not used. It was not opened. I don't know how I did that. Oh, whoa. Okay, wait, I need a guy. Here he is, here he is. Okay. This is the sienna. The one I thought was icky. It was the yellow sienna that was icky. Now this is the sienna. Oh, I can tell you right now, this is much better. This is not viscous like that one. It's got more red in it too, okay? Now see, that makes more sense to me, but look at this. This is actually, very close to the very, you know, to red siennas. This is closer to burnt sienna right here than the burnt sienna they've got. This has got some red in it, and what they've got had no red in it, and not only that, it said it had no red in it. Now this is PR 101. Now that makes sense. That makes sense because that looks red, right? So that's PR 101. That's the sienna. Here is the burnt sienna. Now that, I am thinking, let me make sure my brush is clean. You know, okay. Let me look here. All right. So this is the sienna right here. That goes, yes, right next to that. What I'm doing is trying to get this popping out some air bubbles and also bringing it flatter. Okay? So that goes here. This odd little guy. You know, here, let's try this. Let me do this. Paper's different here. There's also the back, which got no texture at all on this. But that is that color. Let me see. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's not the same paper. Plus, I used the wrong side of it. That doesn't help. But yeah, that's him. Okay. So that's the burnt sienna. All right. I'm going to stop for 1 minute, and I am going to grab... Is this the black? Let me see. Yeah. So this is yellow ochre. Got my finger stuck in it. And this is the yellow sienna. Oh shoot, I need the white. Where's the white? Nope. Okay, let me grab it. I don't know what I did with him. I gotta grab another one here. Here we go. Okay, so this is the yellow sienna. Boy, I didn't do that very good. This is the sienna. That's the sienna. This one was the burnt sienna. Now see, this is burnt sienna to me. Not this one. But I have seen okay, and this is the Van Dyke. Shoot. Writing as small as I can. Van Dyke brown. That's burned brown. Let's put him up here. Ow. I wonder if they make these white guys in a smaller tip. Interesting. Mitsubishi. Doesn't even say what tip this is. I'll guarantee you that's not smaller than a 1.0. And then we have the coal black. Wait a minute. Now here I am again. Oh my lord. What did you do? Oh, darn me. Look what I just did. I smeared it all over the place. And I got them all mixed up. I still have, then that black. Oh, that's because I've got one of these over here. I messed up over here. This should be here, and that should be white. So, nothing I can do about it. This one, I got him. And here, and then this is the coal black. Ah, C-O-A-L-B-L-K. So I'm going to use this for a strip here. Ah, I've got it all over the place now. This is Payne's Gray. I didn't do a very good job on that Payne's Gray, to tell you the truth, either. But I'm going to wipe my hand off here before I... and my arm and the palette before I go in and... I know, guys. I'm bumbling. I know I am. I can feel it. I'm still very tired. I am kind of hurting. I was doing good yesterday, but my brain still has not returned to normal functioning. It's still on vacation or somewhere or something. I wouldn't call it vacation, not going in for major surgery, but whatever, my brain is still back there or has taken a little side road trip or something. Oh! I just made a big freaking mess here. I like watching people making messes and then having to clean them up because, ooh, bet you're having a good time now. Oh shoot, there went my cane. Oh shoot, there went my other cane. Ah. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere without those. Alright, I'm going to wipe that off again, so give me a second. Alright, I'm going to clean up my hands a little bit. Alright, now, let's get this as clean as we can so we're not dragging stuff. And this irritates me because I got it into the blue. Interestingly enough, I don't like that blue, so it's not going to be too troublesome for me when I start painting. Because I don't like that blue enough that if there's another paint in it, it won't kill me, because I'll never use that exactly as it... well, never say never. But I doubt I'll ever use that exactly as is. It's not a color that appeals to me. I might use it for mixing, Actually, it would be pretty good for that, considering, because it doesn't have a lot of green in it. I gotta go back and look at that, see how much green it does have. Yes, I'm a little finicky. I don't like things messy. I have actually thought about actually creating a palette of some cheaper paints, not cheaper, student grade, good student grade, something like these got actually, as a matter of fact. And just going ahead and letting, there's a lot of artists who don't clean our palettes. They dip from one to the other and they contaminate one color with another, and you know, honestly, there's no reason why they can't. There's no rule, okay, that they have to, you know, keep their paints pristine, right? This is just a me thing. But then again, for me, if I mix a color, if I go in here and use this and then use that and then use that to mix a color, and I love this color, if this has been contaminated with another color, how do I mix that color again? Okay, that's one of the reasons I keep them clean as I can. Okay, I'm ready to put the white in. Oh, I don't like the looks of this. This has got a lot of binder in it. This isn't good. This isn't going to be opaque at all. I can guarantee you. Yeah, this is gop. What was this white again? PW4. Transparency. Meh. That's a black box. Wonder what that means. It's transparent as hell. And white? White's never transparent. Okay? Now I'm going to give this every freaking opportunity. I'm taking it right out of the tube, baby. Okay? There's your white. While I'm at it, I'll clean the brush off and make my paper look whiter. Actually, this will show. When I run it through the heat laminator, it's okay, it's not a big deal, I'm just messing. Let's give that a chance to dry. Boy, that first Bart up there, I really gave him some serious advantages up there. This is like really thick paint. That's not fair. There. Yeah, it's got a little better opacity than I thought it did. I'll give it that much. Okay. And then I've got to do that other Payne's gray. I still have this. I will never know if I don't put it down here that I made a mistake and I have two Payne's grays in here. Of all the colors that I could have had two of, which would have been yellow. I go through yellow, I think almost everybody does. I go through yellow like pink. But here's the Payne's gray. Let's give him a, boy, I really didn't give him, did he dry that light? Ooh. Let's just leave that alone and see what it does. Because I can't believe that dried that light. What the heck did I do if it didn't? I did save the little paper, remember? If you were here, see, I mean, oh, look at how light that dried. Look how light it dries. Interesting. Yeah, it dried pretty light, but let's see how this one goes. Alright, they're swatched. All I need to do is put the name on the white and on the gray. And we're done. I'm going to seal that little mama up, and I'll do my my next one tomorrow. I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to do much else today. So I'm going to leave them. This is the end of the swatch and test on the Meiliang, however it's pronounced, supposed, these guys here, okay? Meiliang Watercolor. It doesn't say one way or the other whether they are professional or student grade or student or academy. Sometimes they're called academy grade. Pure Colors Excellent Diffusion. This is what it is. And so I will say, on the whole, I think these might be fairly decent watercolors. And I will do a painting with them. And because that's the next thing on my agenda, is to go through and do whatever. I'm going to start picking days, and each day I'm going to do one different type of thing. Like, I'm either going to do one of my experiments with landscapes, because for me they are, trust me, definitely experiments. I'm not a landscape artist. But hey, I just want to play. I want to learn. And I also want to do something kind of semi-abstract with them. But then I also have these that I call these my, again, I have forgotten my name for these. I don't think about them, I don't plan them, I don't do anything. And I just let them flow. Stream of consciousness. These are my stream of consciousness graphic abstracts, okay? Now I have stream of consciousness other abstracts which are not graphic. These are sort of, you know, you saw the look of them, they're very graphic, okay? I do some that are kind of wild and more Pollocky looking, not splatters and stuff, but more wild. So I'm going to, I've never done florals. I want to do florals and start on those a little bit. I can't say that, but I can't say I've never done florals. Of course I've done florals. I'm a commercial illustrator. I've done everything at one point, and I'm not kidding you, okay? You name it, I have probably painted it, and don't go down that road. I know you people. But yeah, I probably painted those too. Anyway, I have done florals. Actually, not watercolors. I think I've done a few. They weren't very successful. Watercolors, I mean, florals are a, you know, they're a specialty. I admire the people who do them. They're just, oh, there's a couple of floral artists out there that are just great. One of these days I'm going to start writing these names down and put them up on a board so I can tell you who I'm talking about, because they deserve to be recognized. They're good artists. And all good artists deserve all the recognition they can get, because, you know, we don't get a lot of that. People think this is fun. They don't realize this is work. This is hard work. I don't care. If you are painting every day, if you are a true artist and you are producing and creating, it is hard work, folks, all right? No less so than any other profession out there. And most of us are as highly educated as most other professions. I have the equivalency of 2 doctorates. As a matter of fact, I have a doctorate. Not in, you know, one of them is not in art. Excuse me, I have a doctorate. One of my masters is not in art. I can't, I don't even know. You know, I know I went to kindergarten. Oh, God. Maybe I'm not so sure about that anymore. I keep wondering if I had a stroke in that operation. I swear to God, I've turned into an idiot. You know, but I can still paint, so that's all I care about. Anyway, but I want to do a bunch of different things. I want to do what I want to do. I want to, you know, I just want to have fun. I just want to have fun. Okay? Like any other girl. I am stopping now before I completely embarrass myself. We're done. with the swatching and the testing out of the Meiliang, whatever they're called, watercolors. I said it before, I'll say it again. These are not bad. They've got some pigment in them. It looks like, I was doing a little reading, it looks like their permanency, their light fastness is kind of pretty standard for most of the hues, the colors. I have to do more. They don't have it listed on the thing, so I have to go back and forth online. I think these are acceptable, very acceptable, especially if you are learning, okay? I would say if you're a professional artist and you're going to sell the painting, I would stick with your tried and trues. These do have some, I have some questions about their light fastness, etc. Because it's not easy to get the information at this point. So this always makes me, you know, if I have any doubts about something, I'm not using it for a commission or for a painting that I'm selling to somebody for a lot of money. Okay? I go by the archival standards when it comes to that. I use 100% cotton paper. I tend to use 300 pound simply because I prefer to work on it. And I stick with the tried and true paints. But I think for almost all other cases, yeah, I'd get them. I would buy them again, I think. Honestly. Be honest with you. At this point. They're good student, good academy grade paints. Possibly even sort of somewhere between close to professional. But again, questions on that permanency is a big thing to me. So let's close her up. Isn't that just cool? I love these little guys like that. Oh, whoops. You messed up my exit. I gotta let that dry and seal it anyway. So, bye. I'll be back. Give me another day to recover. I'll be back, and maybe I'll do a couple of bookmarks tomorrow. I don't know. Everything depends on how I feel when I wake up. Okay, guys? All right. Bye.